And we are live. It's Friday. This is Lunch and Learn. And I'm talking about 5 steps to cure low self esteem. So, this is the 5 step confidence cure. And I feel inspired to talk about this because of something I was creating last night. So, I've been thinking about how can I reach clients who are looking for me as a confidence communication and public speaking coach. I want to work with Black women specifically who see themselves as change makers, who understand that within their family, within their community, within their workplace, and within themselves, their duty is to show up in the world as confidently as possible with an alternate way of living and being than that which is around them. Why is this important? It's important for us as humans to understand that we each came here with a very specific scripting, a unique mission that we are here to give to the earth. And I'm just checking my chat that everything's okay. And if you're watching this live later on, please feel free to leave some messages. I'm specifically going live because I want opportunity to see who's out here in my audience and who I can connect with. But it's important for us to understand that we are change makers as Black women and to stand up in that power and to build the skills and the confidence to do that because the world needs the specific medicine that we came here to give. And you came here with a very unique medicine. Here's how I see life and how I see everything fitting together before we get into the 5 steps. I'm going to be linking audio recording or audio training related to this as well below, so you can feel free to download that. I just did it on the spot last night because, again, I'm thinking, how can I help people like me who sometimes feel unconsciously and consciously insecure about showing up in the world shift from insecure to influential? What does it really mean to be influential? It means that you have the ability to change something, right? If you influence something, you have gone into the flow of it. Literally, let's look at the word influence. Fluence having to do with fluency, having to do with flow. When you're fluent in a language, you can flow with it. Fluency is entering. So when you're able to enter the flow of someone's life, someone's thought patterns, someone's ideas, someone's way of beings, you are influential. This week, I went out salsa dancing. I live in Tulum. I went to Palma Central to dance, and I met a lovely young man, and we were having a conversation. And next day, he texted me and said, the things you said to me last night really had an impact that I've been thinking about until this morning. That's influence. So influence is not just, oh, am I showing up online on YouTube or am I showing up as a Instagram thought model, or am I, giving ad space to brands on my personal platform? That's not what influence is about. Influence is someone can have a conversation with you, a 5-minute conversation with you, and you have entered their thought stream, you have entered their ideas until the next day, until the next day, until the next day, that you have impacted the way that they think. So as Black women, and as conscious and aware Black women, we want to make sure that we're showing up with a level of impact that we are meant to show up with, that our souls came here to show up with. So all of that said, 4 minutes in, what are the 5 steps that you can use as a cure to your self-esteem issue? Before we go to the cure, I want us to go to the root. Okay, this is important. I was actually on Instagram earlier today, and I saw a post that said, if your doctor prescribes prescriptions or medicine for you without asking you what's your sleeping pattern, how much water you're taking, what your stress level is, you don't have a doctor, you have a drug dealer. And I think similarly in life, with a lot of us, we're looking for quick fixes. And even with the title of this video, I am appealing to the human part of you that just wants a quick fix. Okay, I know what that's like. Trust me, I get it. We want a quick fix. We don't want to have to go through the bottom of everything. But darling, 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 that is where you're going to have to go. Why? Because if you want a cure, you have to really get it at the root. Otherwise, you're just getting something that's going to be like pain relief. Okay. Between an Advil and actually changing your lifestyle so that you don't get these migraines. You know, it's a difference between smoking weed and actually mastering breathing techniques so that you don't need these external things to help you to calm down. So this is what it's about. So before we go into the 5-step cure to your low self-esteem, I want you to understand, at least from my perspective and my experience, what I believe is the issue when it comes to confidence. When I was younger, I knew that I wanted to be an MC. I would always go to these cultural events in Jamaica, where I'm from, and I would see these engaging, vibrant, hilarious MCs who would be introducing the next acts or telling us about the next speaker, and in between, tying in cultural references and jokes and humor and beauty and all of this stuff. And I was just like, wow, they are masters of energy. Like I could see that masters of ceremony were masters of energy. They were mastering their own energy and they were also mastering the energy of the crowd. We were all wrapped by them. And there was something about that I wanted to understand in myself. And I eventually did and do work as an MC. But there was one thing I understood even at that age. I may not have had many words to put into it, but I understand that the difference between me and them was confidence. I wanted to have the impact that they had on the audience. I wanted to be able to spellbind people with my words. I wanted to be able to make people laugh at the drop of a hat. I wanted to be able to do that, but I didn't have the confidence that I could. And so a hack, and this is just a hack, this is not the cure. We're going to get to the cure later. But a hack that I developed at that age with no other knowledge, I think I may have been 16, 17 at the time, was confidence makes sense. And I would just repeat that over and over. Confidence makes sense. 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 And that was how I would trick myself into believing I was confident enough to eventually ask to be an MC of one of the most amazing cultural showcases in Jamaica. It was called New Wave at the time, and I was MC for quite a few seasons. To be able to show up as a festival queen and participate in this pageant and win this pageant, like that is a hack. Confidence made sense. And I was basically tricking myself into confidence. No, it worked, but it wasn't sustainable because there became moments when I would have identity crises where I would either see someone who was better than myself, or I would be doubting myself and wondering, am I really worthy of being here? Then I started to understand my confidence is not really founded on something secure. And so this is where I dare to say the issue with lack of confidence come from. Lack of confidence comes from a lack of alignment. Lack of confidence comes from a lack of understanding about what you truly are to be confident about. And I'm going to help you really quickly get into this. My laptop battery is about to, this video is going to be very short because my laptop battery is about to die. The charger is on the other side of the room and I'm not motivated to go for it right now. But I will link the audio training below, which really will go into each of the cure stuff very succinctly. So even if my video cuts off, please go down below and download that training. It's free. If you download it, full disclosure, you will be on my mailing list, but you can unsubscribe immediately if it is not in alignment with you. I want you to have this gift. So lack of confidence comes from lack of alignment. When you are fully aligned with that which you are to be confident about, confidence is not a question. How I developed this cure came from years of soul searching and really starting to understand the importance of honoring all aspects of my being as a human. For the past 4 years, I've been traveling, the past three of which, 3.5, I've been living in Mexico, in different parts of Mexico. And when I first came to Mexico, I took it as a sort of soul sabbatical where I said, I'm going to be laying down everything I think I know about who I am as an entrepreneur, as a performing artist, as a designer, as X, X, Y, Z. X is X in Spanish, whatever. I'm going to lay all of that down for a minute and just be on this sabbatical and just let life take me. And there's some very interesting things that happened. One of which me being much more connected to my intuition than I'd ever been before, understanding what it is to be led by that intuition. Some people call it the voice of God, some people call it spirituality, whatever it is. Okay, my battery is getting very low, so we're going to get to the point very quickly. And I came upon an understanding that I don't just exist as my body or my mind or my emotions. And I always knew this, but I exist as a complex interweaving of many different dynamics. But we can at least categorize them into 5 bodies, at least: the mental body, the emotional body, the spiritual body, the physical body, and the energetic body. Confidence. Remember, I said confidence was energetic. I could feel that. The way that I see it is, once your mind is clear, once your emotions are compassionate, once your spirit is committed, and once your body is cared for, the energy that you will result with is going to be an energy of confidence. Okay. So the 5C cure is: get clear on who and what you are, be compassionate with your emotions, be committed to your spiritual growth, take care of your body, and then you'll be confident. I have to sign off right now, but look at the link below, and I will go into each one of these in more detail, give you an affirmation for each one, and also some practical tips about how you can start working towards curing your low self-esteem so you can show up with more confidence in the world. This has been a very, very quick lunch and learn. Thank you for being here with me. Have a great day, and please, please, please continue to allow yourself to speak from the soul. Ciao.